Fellas, are you still powdering your balls? You know you don't need to, right? If you want to keep your fellas feeling cool and dry all day and reduce chafing, then you need to get yourself the Crop Preserver. The 24-hour non-powder moisturizer and deodorant was designed for your butt, balls, and body. Boasting active pH control, anti-chafing, quick absorbing, and made in the beautiful US of A. Head over to manscaped.com and get yourself the Crop Preserver. Your balls will thank you.
The battle for backup quarterback continues into preseason game number 4. I'm Sierra Goodwill here with Evan Lazar. Evan, we didn't see Brian Hoyer play in the third preseason game. Bill Belichick chalking that up to the fact that he's played a lot of football and Jarrett Stidham hasn't in the NFL.
That's definitely true.
But what do you expect to see as far as minutes go divided up between the two in the fourth game?
Yeah, I actually think it's going to be the Stidham show the entire way. I think that right now for Jarrett Stidham, the reps is what he needs. He's not going to get reps during the regular season, we hope. So the fact is that he is only going to get reps in live game action during the preseason. So get him as many of those as you can. I think the Patriots, like Belichick alluded to, they know what they have with Brian Hoyer. They know who he is. They know who he is in this league at this point. There's really nothing more that they need to see. I'm not sure that necessarily means that Brian Hoyer is not going to be on this team by Saturday at 4 o'clock. But I do think that it means that they really want to get as much live game reps for Jarrett Stidham as they can.
And if Jarrett Stidham plays well in this fourth preseason game, and like you said, they know what they have with Brian Hoyer, do you think that there still is a possibility that they carry 3 quarterbacks on the 53-man roster?
Yeah, I do. I think that the question really is what is more valuable? Is the veteran backup in Hoyer more valuable than a 5th or a 6th pass rusher, or a 5th or a 6th wide receiver, or an extra tight end, or go all the way down the line? What's more valuable to this team? I still think the backup quarterback is more valuable than any depth piece that they could keep elsewhere. So I still think that Hoyer has a really good chance of making this roster. The only way I see Hoyer not on this team is if they get trade compensation for him and they get something that they like back, whether it's a player for player or maybe an early day 3 pick. I don't think that they're going to get a 2nd or a 3rd round pick for Brian Hoyer, but maybe they get a 4th or a 5th and they pull the trigger there.
And we were talking about, after Andrew Luck obviously announced his retirement, that the Colts might be in the market for a veteran backup quarterback in Brian Hoyer. What do you think that Bill Belichick would need to get from the Colts in order to make that happen?
Yeah, it's a good question. I think that they have 3 good tight ends there in Indy, so maybe throwing one of those guys like Mo Ali Cox or Jack Doyle I threw out on Twitter. One of those 2 guys back. I don't think the Colts would part with Eric Ebron. He was a really difference maker for them in the passing game last year. So maybe that's the way that they go with it. But I also think that if they are completely done with Hoyer and they're going to go with Stidham as the backup, then a draft pick compensation trade might work out. If they get like a 4th or a 5th rounder, maybe it's got to constitute on there how much Hoyer is going to play, compensation pick type deal. I think that that's potentially could happen, but I do think that the more likely scenario is that Hoyer is on the Patriots this year and not elsewhere.
This FOXBORO Report is brought to you by betonline.ag. Head to clnsmedia.com/win. Enter promo code CLNS50 to receive your welcome bonus for all of our Patriots content. Head to our website at clnsmedia.com and subscribe to our YouTube channel at CLNS Media.